Hello there, and welcome back to I Wanna Lockpick. We've got 4 levels left now, and in fact, it should be 3 pretty soon, because I actually figured one of them out off stream. Sorry, off recording, this isn't a stream. So the problem, yeah, the one that had the very original name. So what I did is, because last time, i.e. yesterday, I figured out how to, how to interpret the contraptions in that level. And so basically what I did is I just, I had some time to kill. I was on a commute. And I just was like, okay, let me actually just try solving it. And I just tried a few combinations. So what I did, let's go into the level first. So if you recall, we needed to get to 7 and 21, but we start at 1 and 1 for these two. And then, yeah, our allowed operations were either to add 1 to one of these, but then each time we do this operation, 1 more gets added to this. So the first time we add 1, then we add 2, and so on. Or we go through here and we divide by some common multiple of these two numbers. Now what I figured out, or what I, realized while doing it, is that working backwards is a lot easier. So I started at 7 and 21, these are the values we want to get to. And I said, okay, how do I get to 1, 1? By doing the opposite combinations. So that would mean subtracting off certain numbers, or multiplying by certain numbers, instead of adding and dividing. So what I did is I said, okay, I can have 7, 21, that's our end goal. And then I said, okay, let's just, subtract some large number from 21 and see where that ends up. So I did 9, then I did 8, then you get 7, 4. And then basically any time I didn't have enough to subtract, I just multiplied by 2. And then at the end, I'll just send this. I'll just put this in the description of the video so you can actually see this. But yeah, I tried it for 9, I tried it for 10, it didn't really work out. But then I also tried it for 11, and this did work. So what I did was, so yeah, you have 7, 21, you subtract off 11 from 21, you then multiply both of them by 2, so you get 14 and 20. Then you subtract 10 from the 20, so you get 14, 10. Then you subtract 9 from the 14, so you get 5, 5, 10. Then you subtract 8 from the 10, you get 5, 2. Then you have to multiply everything by 2, because 7 does not go into... I mean, 7 does not... 7 is too much for 5 and 2. So yeah, you multiply by 2, you get 10, 4. Then you subtract 7 off from 10, you get 3, 4. Then again you multiply by 2, then you get 6, 8. And then you subtract off 6 from the 8, you get 6, 2. You subtract 5 from the first number, you get 1, 2. And then here I noticed that multiplying by 2 doesn't really help a lot. Multiplying by 3 also doesn't. But if you multiply by 4, it just works out really nicely. So then you get 4, 8. And then 4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 1, and finally 1, 1. And it works out perfectly that that the -1 gets you to 1, 1, which is the starting configuration. So that means that everything I had can be done in reverse. So now we're basically doing what I just said, which, don't worry if you couldn't follow along, we'll just do it all in reverse and then it'll make sense, hopefully. So let's start with adding 1 to, well, it doesn't really, no, it does matter, sorry. And we need to add it to the leftmost number. Alright. Then we, let's see. Then we add to the leftmost number again. We get 4, 1. Okay. Then we add to the rightmost number. We get 4, 4. Now, if you wanted to end up back at 1, 1, you could just divide by 4 now, but we don't want to do that. Instead, what we do is do 4, 8. So we get this. Alright. Now we have a common divisor, namely 4. So I'm gonna input 4 into white. There we go. And now this operator basically just divides these by a common multiple. So do you need to sign flip this first, and then bam, bam, and then bam. If you want to know the reason why this all works, check out the last recording. But yeah, that gets me 1, 2, which is indeed what I expected. All right, good. Now we add 5 to the 1. 5 to the 1 to the y1. 1 to the 1 to the 1. Right, we get 6, 2. Good. Yeah, doing this forwards is not easy. Okay, then you add 6 to this one. Alright. 6, 8. And then we take off, yeah, we divide by 2. So I need to get this back to 1 and then just get 2. And then that works. Sign flip. And I gotta do this a couple times, but it doesn't really matter all that much. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, we're now at 3, 4. Good. Now we add 7 to the first number. We get 10, 4. Okay. I know it feels like we're not getting there, but I promise you we are getting there. So now we can divide by 2. Which we already have that actually. So that's good. This is gonna take a few more iterations. There we go. Yeah, so now we're at 5, 2. We add 8. 2, oops. We add 8 to 2. So we do this. Now we just keep adding stuff basically. So now we can add 9 to the leftmost number. Didn't need to do that. Okay, we get 14. Alright, now we can add 10 to the rightmost number, and now you'll see that we're pretty close, but not quite. What we need to do now is divide this out by 2, and then you'll see that we're there. So, okay, in this case it might be better to... You know what, I'll just do it the manual way. I don't want to think about how many times I need to double black. We have enough of these anyway. This is a bit slow, but it doesn't really matter. There we go, and then we get this, we get this. Okay, then we get 7, 10, and now you can obviously see that if we add 11 to this, we are in fact Gucci. There we go. So yeah, that was definitely just, I mean, it was definitely more of a trial and error problem, the way I solved it. But doing it backwards is a lot easier than doing it forwards. Like, it feels very unintuitive, the steps, if you're doing them forwards. But if you're doing it backwards, it's just a question of, I'm subtracting off things until I can't anymore. And then I just multiply by usually 2, but sometimes 3 or 4 if it's better. And actually it was 2 or 4 always, in this case. Someone can do a more mathematical analysis of that to see, like, what are the possible solutions? Is there a strategy you can use to get to anything you want really easily? I don't know. Then these other 2 levels, I haven't really made any progress on them, but I will just look at them again. Yeah, I think that's enough. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I just wanted to see what the starting configuration was. Maybe I can also try solving this, you know, when I have a commute or something. I don't know. Maybe this one's a bit too maybe this one's a bit too hard for that. But yeah, we start with 1, 0, 0. I want to end up with, okay, I wrote down -7. It's actually 7. We want to end up with -33, and we want to end up at 15 because yeah, we need that many keys, and then this will cancel with that, so we'll get 0. Now, one thing I do find interesting is that this only requires you to have orange. That's interesting. Surely that's there intentionally, right? Like, what if I did just get this? Well, then I'm screwed. So, but what if that's a part of the solution to do that at some point? Who knows? You know? What if I did do this a bunch? Well, this doesn't really accomplish anything, actually. Okay, but anyway, I still don't really know how this whole thing works. I guess I'll just write down what the locks are. So the locks are... So 1 is orange inside, purple outside, 2 is purple inside, cyan outside, 3, figure it out yourself. You know, gotta give commuting me a bit of a challenge at least. I mean, it's... If these two are like this, then you can realize what the third one has to be. Anyway, so I don't really have any ideas for that. Same with this one. I really don't know. Sigma did say that, like, the problem and ReZero were, like... Because I said I still have 3 levels remaining, you know, except for Kina's masterpiece. And he immediately guessed the problem and this level. So these ones are apparently really hard. Or notorious, or maybe tedious, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't know how to logic this at all. But yeah, we need 0 master keys, right? Okay. I was, you know, on a sort of tangent yesterday about how we could maybe, if we double one of these or skip one of these, what we then have to do with everything else. I think that was an interesting tangent to explore. Not a tangent. I mean, I kind of made it a tangent. I didn't talk about it a lot. But yeah, maybe that is an interesting thing to think about. So, okay, we'll just assume that all of these are purple. Then I don't have to cross-reference the whole time. So assume all of these are purple, and we'll just say, okay, what if I skip getting this one? Well, okay, so if you skip 1, well, then you need to find a way to get, you know, the rest up to 20, right? So, no, wait. You need to find a way to get, because, wait. Okay, what you definitely need to do is you need to alter 3 and 5 in some way, right? Because these are odd. And you know that this one contributes an odd amount. So if we don't have this one, then this must, one of these two must compensate. Maybe both, in a way. Although I don't think both will be it, but definitely I think 2, 4, and 6 can remain the same if need be. But okay, let's say we skip 1 and we double up 3. Alright. What are the other options then? So... The thing is, there are just a lot of options. If I get... Okay, so if I don't get this and I do get this but twice, Then I have 2 too many. So I want to skip getting this. So then I'm using 3 master keys if I skip 1 and double 3, because I also need to skip this one. Right. Okay. So that's 3 in total. Okay, so maybe I can write that down as an option. Skip 1 and double 3. Also need to skip 2. 3 master keys. Okay. Let's say we skip 1 and double 5 instead. Well, in that case, we'll have 4 too many, I think. Yeah. So then, yeah, also need to skip 4. This is analogous, you know? Then, if we skip 2, what can we do then? Well, in that case, we don't want to double anything that has odds, or we want to maybe double both of these. That could also be a thing. And that's the hard part. We don't really know. I don't really know. There's not enough constraints right now to make that an option. So all I can say is if I skip 2 and let's say, okay, well, then I have 19. If I double this, then I have 2 too many, but yeah, that doesn't really work. So this one actually doesn't work for doubling up. If I double up the 6, we have a 4 too many, so then I have to skip this as well. So skip 2 and double 6. Also need to skip 4. So again, this is 3 master keys. That's interesting. That's interesting. Is there a scenario in which it's a different number of master keys? Maybe. Okay, yeah, if I skip 2 and double 4. So yeah, doesn't work. Would need to skip 2. So, I mean, it could work, but it would need more master keys. But again, we don't really have a good constraint on these. Okay, if you skip 3, then you have 3 missing. If you double up the 1, you don't actually get enough. So I'll do double 5. What are you missing in that case? Well, if you skip 3 and double 5, you have 2 too many, so also need to skip 2. So again, you have 3 master keys. I think this is a general pattern. Skip 3, you can't double 1. I mean, you could, but then you'd have to do it more times. Skip 3 and double 1. So yeah, you're 3 below. So you have to quadruple 1. Quadruple? Yeah, sure. So that's 4 master keys. Okay, that's different, but I don't know if that's useful. I don't think this whole discussion is actually useful. Skip 4 and double. Okay, wait. So then in that case, yeah, I need 4 extras. So I would have to triple 2. So then that's 3 master keys. Okay. If I... Yeah, I don't think this is leading me anywhere. Really. But if I skip 4 and I skip... No, wait. If I double 6, then I also need to skip 2. But I already had that one. Yeah, already mentioned, basically. Anyway, then skip 5. Don't think I've mentioned this before. If I skip 5, then I'm... this much below. If I then get this, then I have 3 more. Then I need to double this up as well. So double 2 and 3 or 1 and 4. So again, 3 master keys. Or we also have skip 5, skip 1, double 6, you know? That's also 3 master keys. I really don't think this is leading me anywhere. Quadruple A battery. Alright. Anyway, what is a better way to think about this? Here's the thing, I just don't know. I just don't know. Well, first of all, actually, no. I did say last time, you know, the first path that I open, you know, could involve some of these. But what I definitely have to do, if I get these, I have to use all of them for the first thing I do. I could open multiple paths already. That is a thing. Then I mostly have to think about... Okay, so... I remember saying that purple is like a good candidate because it's fairly front-loaded. But I would need to go to the end of this. Whereas pink is an even better candidate. I would have to go all the way out here though. But let's try pink normally. So we'll do pink normally. Alright. Just doing it normally. You see? Okay, and that's free. That's good. And then I haven't skipped anything so far. Now here's the thing, for the next one I can just do this. And then I need to get, actually let me think. What's the best one to get now that I can still do stuff with? I mean, purple is not too far in. I mean, all of them are kind of bad options, right? I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. Wait. Hold up a sec. Oh, right. These don't mean you have to get this to 0. You don't have to get master keys to 0. I kind of forgot, right? Alright. Yeah, no, that makes sense. In that case... Could we get away with just one little tweak to the system? Okay, maybe my whole thing here will be useful. Okay, because what if I... Hold up. I have 5 master keys right now. What if I make these 2 like this, and then I skip something, right? Because I have to skip at least one thing. And then I can use master keys, but I'd have to double... Right? Also, here's the thing. I have 4 here. Am I even gonna get to 0 anymore? I don't know. Also, wait. Never mind, I don't know. No, I think I'm screwed right now. Is there anything I can do still with cyan, maybe? I have 1, 3, 5, and 2. If I skip 1, double 3, I can skip 2 as well. Skip 1, double 3. Skip 2 as well. So I could do this. Right. And this one doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna double this one twice. Just because I wanna waste these master keys. No, wait, I can't. Right, I can waste 1. That's it. I think you just do this once. I don't know. Oh yeah, I also skip. Yeah, I also skipped that one, right? Okay, so. Okay, and now I have 6 master keys when I do all of this. Okay, now what I've basically done is I've done one weird thing. Okay, to put it very weirdly. And I have positive minus negative is 7, and now I have 6. So I need to do 7 weird things, from what it seems. Okay. I think I mostly need to skip low ones and double high ones, right? So in that case, I'd like to leave the ends of paths open where there are high ones, right? Yeah, I don't know. What if I double up this one, and then I double up this one too? You know, just for good measure. And then I'm like, okay, well now I don't have 0 orange, so that sucks. Okay, but what if I do the same with pink, because there it's a bit better, right? Something like that, I don't know. Okay, so we've done 2 potentially weird things already. And now what I can do is I can just get this one, right? Okay. Now I can waste these 2 master keys, which is good, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, next up, what is best? I think white. I think white is fine. Cyan doesn't seem like a good pick. If I have white, I have the entire last thing still remaining. Okay. So again, I think I wanna double some of the ending ones up. So alright, do this. Do this. Okay, here's the thing, I don't actually want to get that one, do I? No, I do, wait. Yeah. That's extra wasting. Right? No, because now I can't get that. Hold up. Hold up, but I already doubled one for white earlier, I think. Because yeah, otherwise it doesn't really work out. Okay, I think I want to double up this one. Yeah, now I have one left. What if I get 4, 3, and 1? Then I have 8. Could double up the 1. How do I double up as much as possible and waste as much as possible? Is the thing. Okay, here's an idea. Maybe double up this and then like the 4, 3, 1 and double up the 1. I don't know. Can you tell them my directions are vibes? That's not how the quote goes. Can you tell I'm basing myself off cardinal directions and vibes? Because I am. Right, 4. Now I can skip a lot. Right? If I were to add up everything right now, how much would I have? Yeah, 8. Okay, orange I haven't touched, really. So that's fine. Then cyan, I need to double up the 1 there, and I need to skip the 6. Otherwise it doesn't work. Pink I want to skip as well. Then orange I get everything, purple I get everything. Yeah. Nah, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. Damn. You get way too many. That's the thing. You get way too many of these. Like, I feel like I have more now from doing weird stuff. Two, 3, and then 2 again. So yeah, no. I'm not doing better. I'm actually doing worse than last time. How the hell do I get to 0? What? Yeah, I still have no idea. I'm gonna be honest. Alright. Anyway, those are the final 2 levels in this. And then we still have this monstrosity. which I will just take a look at for now. So yeah, I already salvaged these. I don't know if these are the right colors, but we'll figure that out, you know? I think this is just a thing that makes sure that you can't go back. Although... No, it doesn't work. Alright, so we have 0 stone keys, we have this starred, and we have 20 cyan keys, and that's what we're starting out with. Okay, we have an area over here, but it's inaccessible. I think what is best is just to look at what the ending condition is. So the win condition is having 0 of something, and then also... what the hell is this? Okay, having 0 of something, and then also having that many cyan. Which... okay, we have 1010, and we have 101. Which, yeah, if you combine those two, you would get the right number of cyan if you also multiply by I, which you have there. So let's say we have these two. We subtract off from cyan, we subtract off from cyan, then we get minus 1111 cyan. And then you can multiply this out, and then you get your result. And I don't think there's anything else. Okay, here you need 0 cyan. Here you need 0 cyan. You have a lockless cyan here. You got a lot of glitch keys here. Okay, but nothing where I'm really like, okay, that's troublesome for cyan. And then, yeah, okay, how do we make sure that this happens? Do we use the salvages for that? Potentially. Do we have one like that? Oh, we just have this, which is actually already the correct color. Yeah. Let's see what this contraption is anyway. So, if you have any amount of the last door that you opened, you can then go in here, if you have 0 brown as well. Then you can either open this... you can go in here twice, is what I'm seeing here, right? Yeah, you can go in twice. So yeah, you basically come in. Yeah, you can't go this way. It's a one-way gate, basically. So yeah, you have this. You come in. You get 0 master keys. And then you need some number of cyan keys to make this exchange work. So that's interesting that you need to have that already. Good to keep in mind, because there is also an exact 0 cyan here. There's also a star key here. Oh no, sorry, an unstar key. Where's the star key for cyan? I guess there are star glitch keys, so that could be for cyan. Yeah, it might be for this or something, I don't know. God. Oh, they also have this here, which is cyan. I'm just looking at everything that's cyan right now. Anyway. So yeah, that's here. I'm pretty sure this is just this, right? That would make sense. I don't think it would be anything else. Because you can't double any of these, and yeah, that just makes sense, right? So... pretty sure this is correct. Final step. Okay, then we also have orange, which we're definitely gonna have to change this, I feel. Then we have a -30 here and a blank. I think these we might want to change. And then also this white, which interestingly is before this gate. I don't know if there's anything weird you can do with that. Well, you can't have brown anyway, so... I guess maybe pure. Maybe you can get pure out of that. And then that's why it's before the gate and not after. Because yeah, brown wouldn't allow you to leave. Which, by the way, leaving, you just go over here. You can go here, you can go here, but you can't go backwards. And then again, as I said, you can come in here twice. So I'll just write that down. You can come in here at most twice. So yeah, this is the condition for coming in here. The rest is just setup and stuff. Okay, so these three can't involve pure, or not, at least in a, you know, in a simple way. Maybe, yeah, if you somehow still get it to 0, it's fine. Like, maybe, yeah, this one could. I guess these two can't. Then, yeah, this one could involve pure because it's before this. I think that's the sneaky thing going on. It wouldn't be master keys, because then you just don't get anything. Because you have the 0. I mean, it could be that you want to make the outside a master key thing, but don't think so. Alright, so that's this contraption. And then we've also looked at the end of the stage. Now it's also interesting, yeah, so this is at the end. Actually, a good way to get any key type to 0 is to get this, and then to get this, and then to make sure I've done everything else. And then this will be orange, so, and then this will guarantee to be 0. That's good to know. But maybe I need that later. Yeah, when I'm coming back here, I actually need to get that already. Don't I? No, not really. It depends. I don't know yet. Okay, here's an interesting one. You go through here, you get 8. You also get that. And I get exactly this, but then you also need to have 0, so you need to get rid of that. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of backtracking this. Here you need to sign flip this, here you need to get rid of that. Which, I don't know how we're gonna do that. Oh, you can also get negative pure keys over here. But... you... Oh, this is also another area that you can only open a certain number of times, I think. Because, yeah. You'll... Yeah, I see. You can come here at most 3 times. Because you'll get this, and then you get this, this, and then you open this. And also the last lock you opened can't be. Yeah, so these are the important conditions. So have 0 of these, and then also this. Alright. So yeah, this sign flip could be useful. Is there any other place where like a sign flip is just readily available? I mean, for pure, here we have a sign flip of just anything. Yeah, I don't know. One thing that also strikes me as odd is how do you even get 1 eye master key? Maybe I need to think about that. What even... Where even are the rotors in this? Okay, I see 1 eye orange here, which is interesting. There is nothing else. There is actually nothing else in the stage that is imaginary. I think. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that one eye is definitely important. And then if I were to apply that here, what would I get? I would get -1 eye master keys. Problem with that is I'd have to go back out and then I would get 0. So that doesn't really work. Also it's negative, so that doesn't work then definitely. There's no way I can cheese this, right? Don't think so. Okay, but here's a thought. What if I make this one something? Like, what if I make this orange on the inside? And this something else on the outside? But no, it would have to be a one eye lock, which it isn't right now. Okay, I will definitely think about this some more, because this is weird. But this is here. One eye. Is there anything else that's imaginary? Let me just have another comb through here. That's not the way the expression goes, but it will. You get -1 here. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one eye is the only thing. So in that case, I mean, sign flipping isn't a problem actually, because I could just open this and then this will allow me to sign flip, right? Oh, but I get 0, so that doesn't work. So I would need to find a sign flip that's out somewhere else. I could also make this brown. Haven't considered that. Can I even get brown keys in this stage? I mean, I potentially could. Yeah. Oh, you know what I could do? I could star the master keys. Yeah. But then, no wait, then I can't change them. Yeah, then this doesn't have any use. I do this. Okay, that also doesn't work. Is there any way to cheese this and get this? What if you star white at 0 and then you get this, you get 1? Well, cool, but that doesn't really do a lot. Anyway. I mean, it is a possibility. But I think there are other ways to get master keys, you know? But if I need those in a pinch, I guess that works. I'll just say, so random fact, if you star white, you can cheese this barrier and get the exact one master key. Alright. Probably not useful. Okay, in that case. I still don't know what to do with freaking master keys. How do I get my one eye? Or if it's not one eye, how do I get brown keys and then use a master key? Because again, there's nothing really that allows you to get brown keys and leave. This doesn't allow you to get brown keys and leave. Here you can't get any keys. Here you can star. That's about it. I mean, what you could do, you could potentially make this brown. Right. You could make this brown, and then... Hey, actually, a second thing I just realized. If you get one eye of this, there's a second reason why this doesn't work. If you enter here, you'll get exactly one orange, which doesn't work. So yeah. You'd have to have orange starred for that. Which again, it just feels like another extra step that is unnecessary. If we could just get Bran. So yeah. How to open. So 1. Get 1 eye master key. Would have, so we need to get 1 eye orange, star orange, then so this seems unlikely, you know? And then the second option is just get 1 Bran and 1 master. Easy dub, you know? So I feel like that's gonna be the plot twist. There. That this 1 eye orange is actually just not useful? Potentially? I don't know. Okay. Okay, here you can also come at most 3 times, I think, right? Yeah. So I can just write the same message here. Alright, this one is interesting. If you can come here only once, then why are there 3 star keys? I don't get it. Except if pure is starred, in which case... yeah... Alright, so I need to write that down each time, basically. Alright. And then here as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing that could potentially happen is that I go through here and I get a star pure key, and now I can just do whatever the hell I want in here. I can go do some other stuff, open some locks, and then start some other key types. So yeah. Okay, again, like these are like tools that I have, but this is not the main puzzle, you know? I feel like the main puzzle is going on down here in these 2 areas. This feels like the main puzzle. Let's not look at that for right now. Let's see what this is. I think this is a check. So it's basically saying you need to have... Okay, you need to have 1 master key, but at the same time have 0 master keys. So this is not openable if you don't have Bran. If you do have Bran, then you can Bran this. And in that case, it opens with a single master key. Right? So it can open with Bran plus... So 1 Bran plus 1 master. Right? Wait, why did I delete that, bro? What? Okay. And open with 1 Bran plus 1 master. Okay. Then this one is something else. So you need at least 3 red. No, sorry, 1 red. I lied. There is one red here. Now, what is interesting is that this is here. This is... I mean, it is cheesable. Cheesable, but brown. If we even get that. Which, again, I don't know how we would. But... I mean, it's in the level. It's here. And with that, we can do a lot. So... there's definitely some spots that it pops up. And it's not like entering this area restricts you from having brown. So that's also fine. Okay. You know, I'll be honest. The music in this, I preferred Chromatic Monolith. This tune is already getting kind of annoying. What's with the negative 90s? Is that something? Well, here's the thing. So I have two options here. Oh, I see. Hold up. This can only be opened backwards, because we have this as an issue. If I have one master key, then I can't open any of these. I can't go through any of these, because this is a -1, by the way. So yeah. But if I am coming backwards, I get one master key, I use it, and then I can go through here. And then the fact that I have brown keys doesn't really make a difference. Right, I'll rewrite this note. So, only openable from right to left. One master key is there, plus at least one brown. Then here is the real condition. So yeah, we either have this or -1 master key. Then we get 550 pure. We also unfreeze this at some point. It's also called melting. Right. And then we still have one remaining afterward. So we get 551 pure keys, exactly. Does this number make more sense now with the negatives? Not sure, actually. There's so many negatives. I mean, how else would you get to that number? I mean, you could also go over here, right? If you have pure starred. I don't know what's stopping you from doing that. And just starring pure. Thing is there an unstar key for this? There is one. So it could be possible, yeah. Thing is... No, actually, you can't get pure from here. Because if I had starred this, then I just wouldn't get any keys. If I have this not starred, I would get this, and then go back and I just get one. So that's not useful. Now what is interesting is getting one key, one pure key is really easy. You just go in one of these holes. Like this one is just free for the taking, so one pure key can always be obtained. So that's not the issue. Go up top for the exact one pure key. Alright. Then the main issue is getting red. Which, by the way, red is starred right now, so I need to unstar red. How many unstar keys are there in the level? I see one. Cyan. Oh yeah, that has to be red. Okay, it has to be red. Red. After unstar. Alright. What other key amounts do we have? We have 20 cyan. That was it, right? Do we have anything else? Oh yeah, we also have 0 stone. Guess that's important to keep in mind. Oh, wait a sec. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just thinking about the fact that there's one eye orange here. If I ever need to get 0 orange after this point, after getting that, I think I might run into some trouble. Actually, no, wait, this is an exact orange that gives you 0. So yeah, that's not really an issue. I'll just... Okay, what I'll do here is I'll just write red herring. I think it is a red herring. I think it's trying to make you think that that's for the -1 master key, or sorry, the 1 eye master key, but it just doesn't work out, as I said. Like, you either do that whole thing that I describe in 1, or just get 1 brown and 1 master, which is a lot easier. Okay, what I was really thinking about was these pure keys, right? So, as I've already said, you can't really do anything here that involves pure keys. Maybe here. We don't know that yet. Right. Actually, you also get 20 cyan, which... Yeah, you're not gonna get more than that, are you? Except if you go in here. But yeah, no, you can't get cyan from this. So I'm pretty sure this means that you can only open 2 of these. And considering we absolutely need this one, it's gonna be one other one that we get, I think. Assuming you can only get 20 cyan initially, defo not 30 or more, you can only open at most 2 of these 5. Right? That's assuming you can only get 20 cyan, which I'm thinking about it, maybe there are some sneaky backdoor methods. But all of the glitch ones are negative. The positive glitches don't add up to enough. I don't think it's the case. But it could potentially be. You know, it could potentially be that one of these actually gives you cyan keys. Right? That this one gives you cyan keys. I don't know. That could be. Right. The reason why I'm saying non-red is because I don't think you can get -30 red anyway. But maybe you can. I'll just say something on the inside. Something else. Okay, again, I got distracted from what I actually wanted to do with the pure keys, which is... think about them. 550 is a weird number. If I get everything that is here, do I get 550? Does that work? I'm not sure. We also have a sound flip here, which I find interesting. We also have some random keys littered about. I mean, the sound flip here feels like it's gonna be at the end. Let's just see how many we could get right now, right? Is my calculator showing? Yes, it is. Okay, so we get it. We got 90 times... Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Is it 5 times? I think it's 5 times that you can get that. Yes. 90 times 5. 450. Now you get the negative 99 as well. Whoops. 450 plus 99. You get 549. Now there are two options here. Either you get this before you even start, in which case you'll get to 550, or you get one here, which you could do from this. That could be a thing. But either way, you definitely need all of these, and you definitely need a sign flip of pure. Could be this one, could be this one though. That is also possible. Okay, so pure condition, get all negative 90 and negative 99 glitch keys as pure. I'll make it a list. So get all negative 99 and glitch keys as pure. Get so those are the conditions to get pure to 550, and make sure that you can open this. Okay. All right. I think what we need to do now is just jump in. Actually, one more thing. Why the hell are there negative 400 here? What's going on there? Well, we could get black from here. As many as we need. That could be one of our visits to here. And then yeah, we could get the necessary black. Don't think anything else here requires black, really. And then once we're done with that, we can get this exact black key, which is good, because then what we can do is, you know, get rid of that through any means necessary. Let me see what those means are. Could be here, but I don't think that... I think this will be a bit of a waste, but you could potentially get rid of a black key here. Don't think that's the best option. What color is this area? Let me see. It's gray, so we'll just call it the gray area. Literally. So go to gray area for black. All right. Okay, now before I start with this monstrosity, there's just one more thing I haven't looked at, which is the start of this purple area. I've looked at the ending, but I haven't looked at the start. Let's see. So we unstar Cyan at this point, which implies that it was starred before. I mean, that could be. We could have started up here. And that will actually allow us to open more of these. Okay, I'll write that option down as well. Star Cyan to open more of these. Okay. You also get 0 brown in here, so no cheesing with that. And then you have 8 purple, which you can use to open this. You know, feels like you have to do that. Okay. You get -8 white. Then you get -8 purple, which I don't think there was a sign flip. I mean, there was one sign flip. I mean, you could sign flip purple. You could go over here and sign flip purple. You know? Or maybe there's some other option where you go over here. Potentially. You can get a -8 here, actually. If you... that's interesting. If you can get this, and then get 0 purple, might actually be a good idea. Is there an easy way to get to 0 purple? Don't really see one. But that could be interesting. The fact that this is here already is interesting to me. This is wall, this is weird. Anyway. Okay, so you got the 8 purple. Okay, you somehow get the -8. And then these two will cancel. So you get 0, but then you get 2 white. So you need to get rid of those 2 white. Now, you could go over here, but I think that's a waste. You could just as well go over here, but then you'd have to do that twice, which... yeah. You can also sign flip white here. That's interesting. In that case, you could have something like... Or you could get this and then this, for example. That could also work. Yeah, there's options there. And then here, this is the same. Actually, I'll swap these two. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so once you've dealt with that, you can go through here. I don't know why this is so big, but it is. Feels like that is something you can exploit, possibly. I don't know. Probably not. No, it's probably just aesthetic. Okay, you get -1 master key once. This is important. These are once. You get -1 of these, which does allow you to leave. That is important. Oh, also, interesting. This is 0 brown, so if you want to get through here, you have to brown this, and then do it like that, right? Yeah. That you need to brown the lock from the left side, right side, exact, 0 brown. Alright, so that also is a restriction. Let's see, so then we also have... Okay, so we have the -1, we have a 0, and we have infinitely 0 of this. Okay. What do we have then? Okay, now I need to work with stone keys. I don't think... Stone is a thing here, so I'm not gonna rule that out quite yet. Is stone a thing over here? Not really. I mean, it is here, but you just get 0. This is just an anti-cheese mechanism. Or sorry, not an anti... It's just a one-way gate. If you get 0 here... Okay, if you get 0 here, you can go through either of these. If you get this 0 and then get this, you can't go through here. But you can still go through here. Okay, so assume you go through here, you get 6 orange, which is a problem. If you want to go back. So then you have to get this lock. But you could double it up. That is a thing that you can do. You know. Anyway, we also have the sign flip glitch. Then here we have, okay. So I feel like we're gonna have to go back and forth a couple of times. Okay, so first we need -1 stone, which I think you can easily get if you get this and then have the last lock you open be stone, so then you can sign flip. Right? Seems legit. Then the next one is 1, which, how will you get that? Well, you'd need to do it from here too, so that's weird. Okay, here's an interesting thought. What if you get 1 stone key and then just star it? Because there's no other way to do it, right? Otherwise you'd have to go back and forth too many times. But if you star a stone, then I think this will work out. But then you need to get it, then you need to unstar it as well, because you need to open that last one. Or you open it with a master key. That's also possible. Yeah, the only unstar key that we can actually use in the level that is this, we already established that's red, so that doesn't work. Okay, what if we don't star stone? Does that work? Is there a world in which this works? So yeah, you get this, you sign flip, you get that. You go back, you get this. I mean, you can just keep getting this one, right? No, but you need to, each time you need to go through here, so that's a problem. What if you start orange instead? In that case, we don't have a problem. If we start orange, we don't have a problem with stone. So... Star stone gets problematic at blank, stone lock, star orange, not problematic. Alright. Okay, so I think that's what we'll do. Then here we have a -99 exact red key. Sure. Now at this point we're already pretty far into this. I think, yeah, we've opened this, so red is unstarred already. So getting this would actually change red in a way that we can't deal with. And then we have a gate which costs 24. And yeah, we need to be able to get through that every time, of course. So I feel like we need to get 24 red and then star that amount. So yeah, we need to... Basically, we're starting with red starred at 0. Then we need to unstar it, get this, then use that to get rid of this. Then... because it's unstarred, we can now alter the value, so we could go over here and get more of these. So we have 24. Then star it, so then we have to go all the way up here. And then we can... Yeah, then we could go through here and not be affected by this. Otherwise that will be a problem, I feel. Potentially, we don't star red. We get that exact, and then we go through here and get this. That is an option. But I think starring red is better. It's not infinite here, so yeah. So either star red and get 24 red, or just get 24 red after getting this. Depends on the order in which things happen. I think it's going to be the second option, honestly, but who knows. Also, one interesting thing here. If you want to use this multiple times, one of these has to be pure, right? So I can write that down as well. But if I just want one, then that doesn't matter. But I assume I want to use all three because they're given. And also, I definitely need to star orange. And I probably need to star something else as well. We'll see. And then yeah, this ending I've talked about already. So I think that's everything that isn't this puzzle for real now. So we can actually try and look at what this is now. I'm not gonna go for too much longer. It's already kind of late, and I'm also getting a bit tired. But we'll just have a first look. Okay, we already are presented with a choice, which is amazing. We can either go on the top path or the bottom path. Right. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I want to go on the bottom path and get this, because I want to get this first. So that's a problem. Bro, I already don't know what to do. I'm being ambushed by a fly. If I get one pure key, which I can do from up here, as I said, I can even do it here. And then I can go to this top path instead. I don't know if that's better. I don't know why I need this either. This black, this exact one black key. It doesn't feel like it's useful for anything. It doesn't amount to anything. So why get it? I don't know. God, it feels like there's so many options here, and at the same time I don't know what to do. Okay, what's the deal with pink here anyway? We've got a lot of pink. We've got a -2 pink here, -2 pink here, here, here. Here we have one or all. Why is this here? I don't know. In the end we need to get 15 and then 15. Okay. Okay, we could go over here, but I don't know. Yeah. We could also get it from orange, if we get 15 orange. And then we use this. Then we also have to sign flip. But that would work with this, I guess. Yeah. No, that is a viable option. No, I don't know if it actually is. Oh wait, there's a 2 pure lock here. Oh. Interesting. That makes things so much better. Well, if I star pure at 2, which 2 is so annoying because I can't get 2 easily. I can get 1 easily. But how the hell do I get 2 easily? I can't, right? I mean, I could from this white. And I can get another pure. Then it's negative. Right? Yeah. Which also doesn't help. I don't know anymore. I mean, this could be pure. Then I have 2 pure keys, potentially. God, I'm getting tired of this music. But I also don't want to put on anything else because my playlist would probably just distract me even more. $112 blue. That's also weird. Okay, again, we can either star blue, but I don't think that will be the case. Or we get rid of that 112 blue, which we'll definitely not be able to do with anything out here. I mean, could just make this blue, then I can get rid of everything. Could also use this area. That also works. Star blue, unlikely. Go to gray area. Go to You know, the blue area, the one with the arrows. Blue area. Orange salvage is then fully blue. Right. I need this. Alright. Or this, but I mean, so probably not it. And it could be. You never know. But yeah, before, you know, if I wanted to, like, from here, get to the bottom area, I would have to get this and then this. I could have also come in from here first. But then I feel like I have fewer options. I don't know. I don't know. What am I doing? Ugh. Right, let's just think about how many orange we need, right? We need -11 here. How do you even get -11? Well, you have -12 here, so that works. But then, how do you get it to 0? You would need one more negative. You could either get this, or this. Then the moment you get this one eye is kind of cooked. And then 36. And also 16, I also need that. 36 and 16, so... These two give you 35. Which is not in fact enough. It also sign flips white when you open this. Interesting. Okay. I don't know why that's useful. I guess if you sign flip... So if you sign... No, wait. No, you need a positive amount. Oh, and here you need 10 white. Well, what could you get here? You can get -4, you can get 2. And that's it, basically. So if you wanted to get 10, you'd have to go elsewhere, I feel. Okay, but how would we get 36? We'd need one more, right? From those. We could also, you know, if you have that, you could get, okay, what if instead you had this, and then you went back around here and got this and this? Then you would have 40 and then 55. In which case, if you subtract off your 36, you get 19. If you subtract off your 16, you get 3. Okay. Again, maybe this is going somewhere. I don't feel like orange is the one that's most restricted right now. I think there's too many options. Let's think about the other ones. Green is interesting, because this needs 5 green to open, but we only have 4 green here. So, again, that probably indicates that we need to go elsewhere. Except if this is green, then that could also work. Right? But then how do I make the last lock that I opened be green? I have to go over here. So I feel like this is definitely required. Or this, then I just go and get 1 green key over here, but I feel like that's a waste. I think just getting the 1 lockless green is fine. Okay, then yeah, you get -5 and you get this, so that's fine. No, okay, it says 0 brown here, that's interesting. You also need 0 pink keys coming into this one, which is interesting because you have bam, 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 and then bam. You can get either one of these. Yeah. The purple on the outside does not mean anything, I think. It does not, right? Because I mean, it's, you don't need to have 0 purple. I think that's just another red herring. So, to get 0 pink, get -9 pink, then open everything before this. So the -2s and the -1 or blast. I don't know. I don't think it will be the blast door, but that blast door is a bit weird that that's there. Maybe that's for later. Or maybe I want to get this and then leave this for later. I don't know. It's also possible. Then 15 pink I need as well. In fact, exactly 15 pink. So how would I get exactly 15 pink? I mean, I could go over here. I could, visit here. I don't have any better leads, so... yeah. I mean, does this area give me anything? It would give me... potentially 30 pink. Which is double this. I also have a -1 master key here. But then again, that's just all speculation. And then what would I need -30 of as well? Like, I guess pure keys. That could work. But then again, no, I think I want to get those at the end of this. So I don't know. Again, I'll write down, so options, go to gray area, -30 lock in the blue area, get 30 pink, do this lock twice. You also need 0 orange, which makes me believe that you don't want to get this, maybe? Or maybe you want to wait until doing that? No, you don't. I think you just don't want to get this. Yeah, so you can start orange at 0. Not factorial. And then you can go through here, and then you can make sure that this lines up as well. So yeah, you might want to open this and then not get this, and then, you know, leave star orange and then get this, and then at a later point, get this. Then the 12 purple keys. Okay, so we got a 2 and then a 44. Okay, this negative 20 of course goes into here, and that's pretty obvious. We have... yeah, we have a 2, we have a 12, we have a 44. Could come from a lot of places. Oh yeah, we also need 0 of these here, but that should just be at any point. Okay. Actually, one more thing I want to think about. Minus 12, minus 6, minus 7. 12, 6, and 7. Sorry. You get negative 21 here, and you would have 25 here. So that's a difference of 4. I don't know where you can account for that, maybe. If you want to get that to 0. Then yeah, maybe you... If I look at the positive amounts of orange, maybe that tells a different story. So yeah, I have 1, 8, 20, 15, and another 20. This is 64. If I subtract off 13, if I subtract off 16, I get 12 remaining. I also probably need to subtract off this, I don't know. And then I have 5 remaining. Okay. 5. What I could do is... Okay, what if I get, you know, most of this stuff done with the negatives? So I get these negatives, and I open this. I get this negative 7 maybe, and then I can also do stuff there, yeah. And then yeah, I'm at negative 4, and then I get this, and I get to positive 4. Okay, and then if I have everything else that I do as well, then I have 20 plus 15 plus... not... right. 20 plus 15 plus 20 plus 4. 59. And then you subtract off... Yeah, and then you actually get 0 if you do all of that. Except you also have this 1 orange key, which is separate. So... I don't know if that's a thing that's really worth looking into. Okay, so... orange, negative, and minus 25 keys, minus 21 in terms of locks. And then positive, we have, how many keys was it? 64 keys. And in terms of locks, let me close the calculator. It's 36, 16, and 7, 59. So yeah, damn it, I got rid of this again. So negative 25 keys, negative 21 locks. Positive 64 keys, 59 locks. If you need orange to 0, maybe get okay, that was a bit of a mouthful, but it's basically just what I was saying before. Okay, do I know what this is yet? Not really. I also just realized something. I don't need exactly 550. I need at least that many. So if I were to get more by any means, I don't know if that will happen, but then I could just get an exact 1 pure key from here, and then this area is good. Yeah. Need at least 550 pure, not exact. And 1 red at some point. Okay. Still don't know what this is about. Okay, I don't think I can make much more progress, to be honest, without trying stuff. My goal was kind of to not do that for now. Mostly to just lab it out a bit, see what the most important restrictions are. And I see that there are a lot of options here, and I really don't know a lot at the moment. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, we only did 1 level, but I mean, that's just the way it's gonna be, if there are only 4 levels remaining. But now there are 3 levels remaining, including this monstrosity. So, yeah, next time, I hope to have beaten those other 2 levels, and then we can continue with this. So, have a nice day, keep being mad, lads. And there's no third thing because this is a recording.